Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 148 of Factorio with the C block mod, where we just built something and then we are tearing it down again, because I built it in the wrong spot. I was building it so we were sharing water with other setups, and that's just not a good idea. We, of course, need to have our own pipes. They will connect, but that's fine. But yeah, we just have to put this all up again. And we have to move all of this down one tile as well, which sucks. But that's life. Why do you not have any storage? Is it just because you don't have any robots? Oh, yeah, anywhere to go, really? No? Are you just sad? I guess I would be too if I had just spent 30 minutes building something and then tore it all down again. Good. So, now we can do it properly. I made the mistake of just overlapping those pipes at the top like that. We need it like this for enough water to come through those pipes. That also means we're getting closer to these worms down here. 2 tiles. But hopefully it'll work. We'll help the robots this time, so it should be faster. Though that might also mean we lose more stuff, but we shall see. Well, I guess I really want the top part to run first, so let's finish this up and get some water through it. It will, of course, maybe get some water from here if we actually had attached the water to that. So these need to move as well. Let's just move it all together. But let's finish this part first so we can get some slag on the belts. We still need military science, I think, to actually get this stuff to make water. So yeah, we will just have to make do with long pipes and stuff. That one fits in there. I'm not too sure about the fluid dynamics here, if we can do something that is more efficient than this, but... we still want this to go up here as well, I guess. Good. Let's remove that one again. And just have a look here, we do have some slag, that's good. Then let's move all of this. Down there. Whoops. Now we could use a lot of underground build for all of this, but I think this is a one-time build that we don't really need the robots to do a lot of, so I'm not gonna spend time optimizing in that way right now. Did I move it closer as well? I guess so. Does it work? It looks like everything should be connected as it's supposed to be. Then let's just leave it like that, I guess. And this will have to move. Let's just put this where it's actually useful, which is not in there, because we want the charcoal. Good. So this is useful in here. We have extra slag, we have stone. I think we want to just use both sides of these belts. Just to make sure that we get all the stone we need. We should only need half a belt on each of these, but still. It just utilizes the space a little bit better and makes sure that nothing is starved because a stone is a little late or something. So we have some trouble here where I tried to help and then messed everything up, of course, as always. Good. So that should be fixed. Now that we have some brick, we can hand grab some of these. Where do they go? Here. So this is not the output, and this is not more of that stuff. This doesn't need to be there. Okay, I think we are cleared up now. We need some repairs here, that's fine. We can't really send a robot to do that, because then they will be attacked again. But I guess nanobots can do it. If I just stay a little further away. This one as well, please. Thank you. That should be everything down here, and then there's some up at this area. It needs to be repaired as well, that's fine. And then we need to duplicate most of this. Yep. And then we need to remember that we have 2 expected outputs of this, not just 1. Oh yeah, and this needs to be 2 tiles apart now, since we have the extra pipe in the middle here. And this goes here then. Yep. And we need more of these, of course. They'll need 3. Let's let the construction robots do that part. They came all this way, and then they went back. Great. Okay, so we have some brick coming out there. We have some slag that needs to come out as well and be merged. I guess that just comes out here. It's a little bit of a mess, but I think it's a one-time build, so again, I'm not gonna use too much time on it in this instance. That's not always the case, but you know, I'm not sure I could make something that looks too great here, so I don't want to try this time. Good. We have slag here as well, we have stone, we have brick, we have everything. So we're done with brick making for the concrete, I think. Water's connected, yes. This shouldn't be here. Is that in one of the others? It is, okay. So we're good. We have 2 of the inputs for this. No, we still need to make this, and for that we still need this. But it's still fine. Can we just mark where this ends? That is the bottom of this setup. So we can basically use all of this space to process all of this we have made. Good. Next step is one of the more annoying ones, I guess. Or, well, not this one, but this one. So yeah, we still need to do this, and that will probably be put down here, which means we need to kill worms, which means I have a job to do between episodes or something. So everything we have for the concrete is from here and then down here, I guess, right? We shouldn't need anything else. No, I don't think so. Except for fuel for carbon. Good. So let's make concrete on the bottom side of this setup. Which means we can just take some from this build. Maybe even directly from the build. No, I don't want that, but I want to do this, I think. We're not gonna use the full belt down here. So maybe we need the rest of it for something else. At least let's just build with that in mind. Do we have some belt somewhere? Yes, good. Okay, so we need carbon, and we need it from the fuel. We could also try and do this over here. I was just thinking that we have so much space. Why is the water there? But we could do it on the right side of this, as we are always doing. But after this we need to do this, and then we need this, and we need space for all of it. I don't want to do that in a series going outwards. So I would like to sort of parallelize it a little bit. And I think that makes sense. It's just that the fuel is a little bit weird for that, I guess. But let's just... Do we not have somewhere where we're making carbon as the first thing? Have this, but that's really ugly. But I guess not. I thought we did. But at least not that's worth copying. We have something like that. Let's just start designing something and then we can figure everything out afterwards. But let's do it outside of robot range. Actually, we're just gonna build it. But I need to see what I want to do, or have to do. This, I think, will be its own setup, though it's gonna be a little bit small. Yeah, it is. Maybe, maybe not. If we can bring this in from somewhere else, then we might as well integrate this as well. Let's just have a look on this stuff first, because we also need the carbon. And steam. Okay. Let's see if I can figure something out here. I need a blast furnace first of all. And we need 2 of those. I'm not sure if we need any space in here, so let's just do this for now. You will make silicon ingots. And you need carbon in. Let's just try stuff here. We need a boiler. Do we have any boilers here? Yes, somewhere. Right here. And this needs water, of course. How much water? Why do we not have... no, groundwater bores? I'm supposed to have that stuff. We need 30 water, so that is easily manageable by one of these. And I'm just gonna put it there for now. You will make carbon. You need charcoal as well. Where are furnaces? Right there. Then that is fed, that is fed. And then we just need the output from that. And since we're not using the space on top of this, let's just offset this a little bit so we can just do that. So that is both fuel and the carbon for this. Because I think this is able to produce enough carbon for that. We do 3 every 2 seconds, but with a crafting speed of 2.25. My math is not good right now. But I don't really know how much fuel this needs either. That's not a lot of fuel value, to be honest. I think this is fine. So far this is an okay setup, I guess. Then we need the output of silicon ingots into a bunch of assembling machines. How are we going to do that? We can't really do it directly. We need 8 machines. I mean, technically it's possible, I guess. Can this be done in any other machines? Just out of curiosity? No. That is only 7 though. I'm bad at counting. Oh yeah, that makes it a little bit tougher. Let's not do that. Let's instead run them along here. Something like that. And somehow output a lot of stuff here. And I guess this needs to be underground. In. That should work as long as, as well as just having power. And we output enough to these belts though. 6 per second is a lot. We could just use fast inserters though. And try to optimize this as much as possible, of course. That should be fine, I think. We can also just upgrade. I think they have 2 capacity at the moment, so let's just boost that by 50%. I'm not gonna put in those extra power poles here. It feels like a waste. Now we could also move everything 1 tile apart, and then we only need 1 belt of output in here. And it gets easier to actually output everything. By just adding 1 more tile in width. And the symmetry will be a little bit better, I think. That's a tough one. Because we've already made something where we can save the space. This should work as well, right? Out, 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 out. And we need that powered, of course. I feel like I'm forgetting something here, but we shall see. So this is all fine. Until it isn't, at least. We need the input for these. And that can fit within the same footprint, so that's good. Now this is also a lot of ore, so let's just do that. And we need power for this stuff. And that power needs to transfer somehow. Also, this needs to move to the left. So let's move all of them to the left one tile. And now the lines are all crisscrossy. I don't want that. Stop that. No, don't do it. Oh. Why does that have to be so hard? Okay. If we just move this down, this can power a lot more stuff. I think. No, not that one. So let's move that up. But then this can only connect from there. Or up here if we moved all of these up. So let's move that down and just put down all the power poles. Ignore everything. So this is a setup. Now I can't help just spending the time to have a look at this if we just added a space in the middle of it. Because I think we would... Well, I would gain a lot of sanity from that. The output for this is much better. The input for these, I guess, is better as well. We can still do underground build if we want to, because then we can have power poles in the middle, and I always like that. Though they can't be directly on top of this stuff if we want to do it like this. But I'll just live with that, because this is just a test. And this stuff actually seems to be fine right there. Still need a power pole for each of the side inputs, unless we can do that, which we can. Then there's just the problem with this one inserter, but that could maybe move. No, not really. But this is still a lot better than it was. 2 power poles for this full area instead of 3 only, I guess. So not really that much saved. But I think I like this general look a little bit better. Maybe. Actually, this looks nice. I think that's mainly because of the power poles in here. We could still do this here as well. And remove that one power pole. And then this is all the same. And then I probably like this more. We just don't have a good way to merge these in the middle in this one. Whereas we can do it perfectly in the center here. What's nicest to look at if we just ignore everything else? That's hard to say without powering it, because those flashing lights is annoying. This, of course, is a problem. But that's fixed. I'm just considering if we can move this one power pole. We could, of course, just move all of these outside ones, right? For some reason I really want this bottom setup to be better in my mind than the top one. And that did help quite a lot. It's wider. I'm okay with that. It's a little bit prettier here, but I think I would be okay with that as well, to be honest. This is a little bit more neat in the middle. We don't need as many underground belts. Don't need that as well. And for both of them we need fuel to run somewhere along here. Or just come in, I guess, with a direct feed belt. So like that. Or that. Or on the other side of that. Just to have a little bit more space to get this in. Because we have a belt coming here with the input that we need to split into those two lanes. We choose one. Let's just go with this top one and get it done. And it annoys me a little bit that this is a longer setup than the sorting. That fits maybe a little bit more along the lines of this stuff. But it doesn't really matter. Let's just accept this and get on with it. I keep saying that and then I want to do changes, but that's just me. Good, so if we get silicon ore in here, that's fuel, I think. Good, that fuels these. Then we need to bring some silicon at some point, and that's fine. And then we output this stuff, I think. Maybe we should just grab some silicon already just to make sure that it works before we design everything around it and then we need to move it. Where do we have silicon? Not here. Is it only at the top? Do we not have it as a byproduct anywhere? I guess not. Also, we need to secure enough that we can make enough silicon for some concrete for the sorters for our new concrete setup, so we can scale from there. Because we're not currently producing any silicon. And we need the sawdust before we can produce more. Oh, we want the sawdust before we can produce more. No, we're not there yet. Now, if we had taken the one with the space in the middle, I could fit in a chest between them. But let's not go there. Let's just fit the chest right here. Or, you know, we could use a... what's it called? Loader. Good. And we're working. That's great. I can't really say anything about the throughput if we are good enough on inserters, but let's call this done for now. Then we can start on this part. That needs all of this. Didn't we also need the stuff for silicon powder? Yes. For that we need a lot more of the silicon, and we're just gonna do that up here, I guess. This is the most important thing right now. So ignore that. This is done. Let's just delete that, delete this. I'm not sure if we actually did that ever. We started removing stuff up here, and I'm not sure I put everything down again. I didn't, because we had this 60,000 tin that we needed to use. So let's save that as a reminder. This we're calling done. Then this bottom part is probably what we're doing next, because that's the only thing remaining that we need. Hopefully. Sure. Let's go with that. But... well, we could reuse all of this space that we have here, neatly tucked away. Can even just push these all the way to the top to have even more space. Because again, this is a concrete dedicated setup. And so will this be. So... but then we can't really use whatever we get out of this for anything else, necessarily. And we would also need that for other stuff, I think. The lime. There. Go here. Go there. For better glass stuff... I mean, if we actually did this properly, we could do better glass stuff than this. Mix in some lime. That didn't seem like too bad. I know I've been disregarding this a couple of times. But compared to this... so we need the lime and this to get in. If we have this in another setup anyway, then that's not really a big problem. Can we do enough limestone to fit into both setups? Do we just do a dedicated lime setup? I'm not sure. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.